Hello, Tuesday the 19th of November 2019. It's last quarter coming right up. Actually, that's not going to be until, let me see, 1:11 p.m. Pacific, 4:11 p.m. Eastern in the States and Canada, and here in UK, 9:11 this evening. There's a number to conjure with, isn't it? But we've still got that bit of time to go yet. The moon is 56.2% full, and she actually hits 50% full 9:11 UTC or GMT tonight, so we are coming even more quickly towards that big change. Could be stressful and unsettled actually, and in terms of what they say about last quarter, it will be, but I only say could be because it all depends what we want to make of it, because what we make of it is really the most important thing. Ambitions tend to be stirred up. There's a kind of desire to do something really important, and particularly with the moon just still in Leo at the moment, it'd be kind of nice to show everyone how cool you are. But the best way really is to think things through thoroughly, maybe put things off if you need to, and actually direct your energy towards things that you've already planned. It's not a great time for planning a new thing, certainly not a great time for launching a new thing. However, if you plan to launch a new thing today, why ever not? Go right ahead and do it if that's what you plan to do. The thing to do is just, it's not a great time for coming up with new plans if you're actually going to try and do a new thing immediately as soon as you've thought of it. Anyway, right, it is the 20th day of Mercury retrograde. In theory, there's a day to go, but Mercury actually is very nearly direct now. That's going to happen on November the 20th, that's tomorrow, 7:12 p.m. UTC, so 2:12 on the East Coast and 11:12 a.m. on the Pacific Coast of the States and Canada. And isn't that great? It's gone on and on, this Mercury retrograde, because I mention it every day. It's almost become the Mercury retrograde weather more than the astro weather. But no, we want to kind of try and take everything into account. What else is happening today? The moon is actually going to enter Virgo, but that is much later on. 5:54 p.m. Pacific, 8:54 p.m. Eastern, 10:54 p.m. UK. So that's well into the 20th in New Zealand. But that Virgo moon is going to make a difference to things. It goes with the waning cycle, really. It's a time for not being too out there, not really trying to make new things happen in a very big way. But once we actually get into that, it is a good time for thinking through things you'd like to do in the future. But that's coming up. Right now, the moon is trine Venus, which is a beautiful alignment, actually. Natural, balanced interactions and communications, a natural sort of feeling about the esoteric as well. And that's great because at the end of Mercury retrograde, things start making sense that have been happening. And I'll give you an example from my own life. I've been having sort of really intense dreams, on a lot of them, pretty much all the way through this Mercury retrograde, not least last week with the moon in Pisces, and I know a lot of other people have. Those dreams have just started to make sense to me in the last 2 or 3 days. And I had a really crazy one the other night, and that made sense almost immediately. I say almost, we have to kind of live with these things before they become, really something that makes sense to us. But moon trine Venus, it's great, there's feelings of affection, cooperation, emotional comforts, and things that go off in public are positive. And I'm so looking forward to taking the service at Blackreed tonight. I really am, because it says here it's going to be positive, and it says up here that it's going to be positive as well. And that's what really matters, people who keep smiling through all these Mercury retrograde things. It's not an uncommon thing. Some people didn't know it was Mercury retrograde and haven't worried about it at all. But there we are. It is actually going to turn direct, and that is great news. Now the thing about, well, not just Mercury retrograde, but any of the planets, because they all go retrograde, it doesn't actually happen up there really in the universe. It's just that as we observe the planets from Earth, when we look up at the skies, which is what astrology is all about, let's face it, they begin to sort of look as if they're moving backwards, but actually they're always going forwards, onwards and upwards, which is what we really should always be doing, because we have got the ability to see through all the crap and, actually do that. So the planets are onwards and upwards, but we're down here looking at them. So it looks as if they're going forwards and then backwards. And all this Mercury retrograde stuff and anything about the planetary retrogrades is just stuff that's been observed since the dawn of time, really. And people used to make such a thing of it because it was agriculture. And being the stars, being the heavens and the planets and everything, it made a big difference. And it still does in terms of crops growing, anything you're trying to farm, anything you're trying to do, really. And we sort of imagine ourselves to be pretty clever in this age of the internet. I don't think we really are, actually, because more than anything we've let the internet take over our lives at such a deep level. But there we go, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. It is positive and it is time to make the most of you being you and me being me, and really that is what it's all about, friends. Okay, well, I will leave it there. Thanks for watching. Looks like a good day, looks like a positive day. Certainly is here, and I hope it is with you too. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah, all the stuff. You know what I always say every day by now. Have a fantastic day anyway, friends, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.